all medications. And an innovative new way to get you to pull over when an emergency vehicle rushes down the street. Plus a loss for the Minnesota Gophers as cheating allegations benched 4 players. Good evening, everyone. It is not a good day if you are a Gophers basketball fan.
This afternoon's 12-point loss marks the end of the season at the start of an investigation. In the first round of the NCAA basketball tournament in Seattle today, the Minnesota Gophers lost to Gonzaga. The final score 75-63. And 4 players were forced to sit this one out. U of M officials this morning declared Kevin Clark, Jason Stanford, Antoine Broxy, and Miles Tarver ineligible. KARE 11's Tim McNiff joins us now live from Seattle with more on the story. Tim?
You know, Paul and Pat, the only place the Gopher basketball team could avoid that controversy surrounding the 4 suspended players was on the basketball court itself.
Jeff Schemmel had to tell the 4 players, Miles Tarver, Antoine Broxy, Jason Stanford, and Kevin Clark, that they could not play today in the game because of a decision made by the University of Minnesota, not by the NCAA. So those 4 sat on the bench and watched, and all they could do was watch 3 seniors going out in a way that has to be just a nightmare for them, obviously. Maybe a self-inflicted one, but one that's certainly going to haunt them for a long time. So
campus with today's developments.
Yeah, Pat, if anyone doubted that the university was taking these allegations seriously, surely those doubts were put to rest this morning. In both word and deed, the concern here is broad and deep.
We view this at the university as a very, very serious business.
U of M President Mark Dienhart was flanked by the entire Board of Regents at a morning news conference as he promised a quick, thorough, fair, and impartial outside investigation.
The University of Minnesota needs to adhere to the highest standards of ethical conduct and academic integrity. And if we don't do that, we're not engaging in education, we're engaging in miseducation.
The 4 current players who have been implicated were interviewed yesterday by university attorneys. School officials will not disclose what the players said, but the university's Vice President of Athletics and Student Development, McKinley Boston, says the university had heard enough evidence to declare all of them ineligible for today's game and not ask the NCAA for a temporary waiver.
We would rather not risk the reputation of the university by playing an ineligible player at this time.
Boston said Coach Clem Haskins denies that he had any knowledge of alleged violations and specifically denies paying $3,000 to former U of M employee Jan Gangelhoff for tutoring a player, as she has accused Haskins. While administrators began to dig through what may be the worst athletic scandal ever at the university, students spoke cynically about college sports.
Can't say I was too surprised. I've heard about this before with other universities.
I don't think they should play. I mean, they should do their own work. I have to do my own work.
University leaders say that so far they're frustrated that they can't persuade Jan Gangelhoff to speak to them or to allow them to see the paperwork that might prove her allegations. Paul and Pat?
Right, Dennis, thank you very much. KARE 11's Carrie Miller is live in St. Paul, where lawmakers are discussing the cheating allegations. Carrie?
Paul, the allegations first published in the Pioneer Press yesterday ricocheted through the state capitol, so upsetting some lawmakers that they have asked President Yudof to come to the state capitol to explain. State lawmakers have the final word on the state of Minnesota's budget. Taxpayers spend about $500 million a year on the U of M. This year, the university has asked for even more money.
We'll have much more on this story coming up tonight at 6.
All right. Thank you, Randy.
Within the past hour, we have learned the Timberwolves have traded point guard Stephon Marbury. Channel 5's Eric Gislason is here with details, and it's a complicated trade.
It is a blockbuster deal, and I hope I get it all right here, because there's players and coaches and everybody going every which way but loose right now. Stephon Marbury never made it much of a secret. He didn't like it here in Minnesota. He said he was bored here. He wished he could go home and play in New York. Moral of the story, be careful what you wish for. Stephon Marbury has been traded to the New Jersey Nets, close enough to New York City, I guess. And the Wolves are going to be getting a player and a draft pick, a first-round draft pick in return. That player is forward Brian Evans, the former Indiana Hoosiers star. But wait, there's more. The Wolves then turned around and shipped Paul Grant and Chris Carr to Milwaukee for Buck star point guard Terrell Brandon, with Evans staying here in Minnesota. Evans Brendan, the guy the Wolves were looking for in this trade. It became pretty clear that the Wolves were going to trade Marbury when Steph turned down a 6-year contract extension worth about $71 million about 10 days ago. Marbury was the Wolves' #1 draft pick in 1996 and is a budding superstar, but just did not want to play here. So in a nutshell, Stephon Marbury is headed for New Jersey for Milwaukee point guard Terrell Brandon, headed to Minnesota. The Nets forward Brian Evans stays here in Minnesota. Paul Grant and Chris Carr are headed to the Milwaukee Bucks in a blockbuster trade. I just got off the phone with Glenn Taylor in Mankato, and I asked him about Marbury, and he said, Eric, I asked him if he was going to sign this week. He said no. I asked him if he was going to sign after the season. He said no. So the Wolves part ways with Stephon Marbury.
Very quickly, apparently it's good for Stephon Marbury because he gets to go where he wanted to play.
Well, he's from New York City, and if he said he couldn't be the Knicks, he wanted to go to the Nets. And my feeling is if a guy doesn't want to play here, find someone who does. Although the wild card with Marbury is he's a budding superstar.
Okay.
We'll have more at 6, by the way.
Yeah.
The Wolves will be holding a news conference. Kevin McHale's still in town. The Wolves, as a team, are on a road trip on the West Coast. Stephon Marbury's going to New Jersey on an airplane. Brandon's coming here. All these guys are going which way, so you can understand our confusion right now.
You need some oxygen right now.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Guy for a while. His office says Mrs. Ventura.
Next painting job with Kills Quick Start Primer from Menards. It dries quickly so you're ready to put on a perfect finish coat. On sale for just $7.77 a gallon. Update your bath with big savings on Elger products. Choose this single-handle lamp faucet with pop-up or this white china lamp. They're both on sale for just $35.99 each. Get style, selection, and quality, all for the lowest prices at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Miami, Phoenix, New York, Los Angeles. Sound exciting? Right now, buy a new Pontiac Montana and get 2 round-trip Sun Country airline tickets to any of several domestic destinations. But you better hurry. This offer ends March 31st. Plus, with a new Pontiac Montana, get 0% financing. But this is your last chance to let Sun Country Airlines and Pontiac Montana take you where you want to go. See your Pontiac Excitement dealer for details today.
The government is cracking down on those get-rich schemes.
Schemes that have invaded cyberspace over the last few years. Diana Pierce joins us now from KARE 11 Computer Center. Di?
Well, Paul and Pat, you know the old saying, a fool and his money are soon parted? Well, apparently lots of those folks are serving the net these days. So today, the government took action. The Federal Trade Commission and officials of several states are moving against nearly 70 defendants. All are accused of promoting internet versions of get-rich-quick schemes. FTC officials vow they won't let online con artists get away with it. And that's why they're also launching a sweep of the web to find sites that could be promoting illegal marketing scams. Experts warn the old pyramid schemes have simply crept onto computers. Early investors may see a payout, but all the cash is coming from new investors, and regulators warn eventually the whole thing collapses. And are you afraid of the millennium bug? A new USA Today Gallup poll indicates as Americans learn more about the problem and what's being done to fix it, we are becoming less worried about it. The poll finds that 21% of those asked about the Y2K bug expect major problems compared to 34% of those asked about it in December. And 54% of those surveyed now say they'll avoid air travel on and around the end of the year. And 24% say they'll buy a generator or wood stove just in case. And incidentally, President Clinton has called on all government agencies to be Y2K compliant by the end of this month, but it's a fast approaching deadline, and some say it's unlikely to be met.
Mm-hmm. Some agencies are doing better than others, right?
Very much so. Yeah. I don't think even the Pentagon, though, is going to be ready by the end of this year.
Right. Thank you, Di.
Ken Barlow joins us now with a look at the weather.
You know, the only problem we have in the weather really is the thaw refreeze thing. I don't know if you had it on your sidewalks last night, but it was pretty slippery there. Yeah, crunchy, slippery. That's really the only weather problem we have for the next several days is going to be some nighttime ice and daytime slush. This evening, if you're headed out, once again, the stars will be out, but that slush will refreeze shortly after that bright sunset at 6:13. And you'll see lots of slick spots on those secondary roads. Starry skies at 10 o'clock. It's going to be another mostly sunny day tomorrow with some clouds moving in. You can see how bright the sun is. Hit me in the face here. And it's getting longer and longer, the daylight is, and we're losing snow cover by the day and by the minute and by the hour. As a matter of fact, it is melting fast. Look at this snow depth map. We received this morning, and the snow depth at Twin Cities International at that time is right around 11 inches. And we don't have what they've lost today yet, but they certainly have lost another inch or two at least, 4 to 8 inches in the southwest. But look at the North Shore, over 2 feet of sun to play in still left. So even though our snowpack will be dwindling over the next couple of days and into the weekend, there's still lots of it up to the north and northeast. 36 the high today, 15 the low. There's been no snow today. It's just been a sunny, brilliant day. It's been beautiful. 35 now, east winds at 6, and those light winds have made it much more comfortable. 30.40, the barometer has steadied off. Temperatures all over the place are warm. The only exception down to the south where there are a few clouds moving in, but really nothing dramatic, nothing really significant there. Here's last night's little cloud area and very few flurries. Another disturbance developing down to our south is going to cause major problems to our south, but we're protected by this. The same thing that during the entire month of February, anyhow, pushed all the storms to our south. It'll do that again. There's going to be a doozy cranking up down here in the southwest. It'll shift toward Texas and Oklahoma. There will be severe weather to the south of it this weekend, and to the north of it, a swath of very heavy snow up into Kansas, possibly Kansas City, Missouri, and over into St. Louis. So this is going to be a major weather maker, but for us, this high is going to keep it very quiet and mainly dry through the upcoming weekend. What's ahead in detail? I'll let you know in a minute. First, a break. We'll be right back.
Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine.
Imagine TV. Looking for a little breathing room? Get away to your Mercury dealer during the Mercury Great Escape. Relax in a 99 Mercury Mountaineer with low 1.9% APR financing, and Ford Credit will pay your first month's payment. Or lease a 99 Villager for only $259 a month and get more room, more power, plus standard dual sliding doors. See your Mercury dealer today and register to win a trip for 2 to the Bahamas. Hurry, don't let these offers escape you. Imagine yourself in a Mercury.
To stay in shape, you work your tail off. But fitness is more than just exercise. It's nutrition. Which is why Petco is where the pets go. For Nature's Recipe, a brand of nutrition you can't get at a supermarket. Buy select sizes of Nature's Recipe dog or cat food and get a free War Dog video, a $19.95 value. We've got the nutrition. The rest is up to you. Petco, where the pets go.
Here's my idea. Make my boys the Best Buy boys because they've grown up on Best Buy. When he wakes up, do I get computer time? It's amazing what they're learning. They're glued to the computer. They love to watch themselves on TV. They just are fascinated by anything that has a button on it or a dial. Technology is really a part of our daily lives.
Bringing technology home, one family at a time. Best Buy.
Now that's a great idea.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Bill from H&R Block.
What are you doing in my dream?
Well, it's tax time. I'm in a lot of people's dreams. You know, people try to do their own taxes. But with over 800 tax law changes, it can be a nightmare. Well, I don't need to tell you that. Why go through all that anxiety?
Thanks.
H&R Block. We know. Do you?
Forecast mostly sunny skies today with...
There's no time to wait for the Plymouth Neon Countdown. It could be your last time to get some of the biggest savings on 99 neons. A $1,500 cash allowance or 1.9% APR, making Plymouth Neon more affordable at around $10.7. Room for 5 and an amazing 39 highway miles per gallon. Don't let another second go by. Once the Plymouth Neon Countdown ends, the 99s will be gone. Hurry to your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealer today.
You are watching KARE 11 News at 5.
And welcome back with these bright, clear skies. The sun sets at 6:13, but it's going to stay light until about 6:45 tonight. Here is the forecast. That's called twilight. On these clear nights, you can really see it for a good half hour. Fair frosty tonight, a little patchy fog, late teens. Tomorrow, sunshine, a few high clouds mixing in at times, but another dandy 34 to 39 with light east, basically east winds, northeast to southeast. And the weekend, maybe some clouds on Saturday, and Sunday looks good with bright sunshine. Look at the warming trend, everybody. By the middle of next week, a major warming trend is expected here. If we didn't have any snow on the ground Tuesday, we'd be looking at 50, but I still think there'll be enough left to keep us down just a few degrees. But mid-40s after 16 record-breaking inches of snow, Paul and Pat. Sounding mighty good at this point. We should see that by Tuesday of next week.
Boy, 46.
We'll look forward to that.
It'll be nice.
Very spring-like.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we had so much pressing news today, we could not squeeze in something very cool.
So we'll do it for you tomorrow at 5. Tune in for the new trailer in its entirety to the Star Wars movie, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Tonight, when will 10,000 hit on Wall Street, and what happens then? Also, it's a silent, sometimes deadly epidemic. 1 in 5 kids are falling victim. What you should know next on NBC Nightly News.
You're young, smart, and the road ahead is filled with choices. Left turn, right turn, heck, what car to drive? How about Chevy Cavalier? All Cavaliers come with standard anti-lock brakes. And now during Chevrolet's Highway 99, Cavalier Coupe comes with 0.9% APR financing or $1,500 cash back. Cavalier Coupe, now with 0.9% APR financing or $1,500 cash back. See your Chevrolet dealer today.
Hey Louise, what's going on? I'm serving a lot of seafood. Tell me about it. Can you believe all the different kinds of seafood we're selling? Glazed and grilled salmon seasoned with lemon pepper, grilled Atlantic cod, a batter fried mariner's platter, and a golden fried shrimp feast. And don't forget our pies. I hope we don't run out. Trust me, Louise, there's always plenty of fish in the sea. Not the kind I'm looking for. Like I say, there's always something new cooking at Perkins.
To celebrate the opening of our newest Kohl's stores starting Friday, all Kohl's stores are having a grand opening sale. Save on your favorite brands of khakis and denim. Save on women's dresses and coordinates, shoes for the family, housewares, and home furnishings. And get bonus buys through Monday. Kohl's grand opening sale starts Friday at 8 a.m. At Kohl's, we make it worth your while. That's more like it.
I always knew the Aurora was attractive, but I didn't know it was this attractive. Lease an Aurora for only $3.99 a month. Call toll-free for details. Aurora by Oldsmobile. Start something.
Closed captioning for KARE 11 News brought to you by Hirschfield's Decorating Centers.
Hirschfield's.
What's happening?
Why go outside when you can stay at home and shop for new window fashions and draperies?
Call Hirschfield's by appointment for free in-home window fashions and now carpeting too. Besides, we do all the measuring for you.
That's what's happening.
Call Hirschfield's by appointment. We're in the white pages.
If you see news happening or capture news on home video, please call the KARE 11 tip line at 593-1111.
Is 19 Susan Lucci's lucky number? This May, the actress will try for the 19th time to win a Daytime Emmy. Lucci was nominated today for Best Actress for the TV soap opera All My Children. She has lost 18 times in a row. And she has some tough competition this year. Elizabeth Hubbard of As the World Turns, Kim Zimmer of Guiding Light, and Gene Cooper and Melody Thomas Scott of The Young and the Restless. The Young and the Restless picked up a leading 21 nominations. In the talk show category, The Rosie O'Donnell Show leads with 11. We will find out who wins this May. I think they're just stringing her along now just to use her as fuel to get people to watch the show.
I think you might be
Don't
right.
you think so?
Do you think she'll win this year?
Marketing ploy. No, because they want people to watch next year.
I don't think she will.
That'll do it for us.
We'll see you back here at 6.